Hey, VR chatters! Ever wanted to roar like a tiger in multiple languages? Introducing the Whispering Tiger, your personal translator and sidekick in VRChat and other games or applications. Let's dive into a wild adventure where language barriers don't stand a chance. First, we need the Whispering Tiger UI application. You can download it from GitHub. Go to Releases and download the zip file of the newest version. Extract the zip file in a location where you have enough free space, since the application will download multiple gigabytes for the AIs to run. Finally, run the application you just extracted. On first run, it will ask to download the required platform file. This is the Python part which is required for the UI application. Confirm it with yes and wait for the download to finish. You can grab a cup of milk while you wait. I will speed it up for you via the magic of editing. Now we can create a profile. You can create different profiles for different tasks you might want to do, like translating other people in-game or Twitch streams, or translate your own speech for others to understand. I will call it Tiger 1, but you can name it however you want. First, we need to configure the audio devices. This will be the main difference you have to change if you want to translate yourself or other audio playing on your PC. I will select the microphone of NVIDIA Broadcast, which has AI noise cancellation. If you speak into the microphone now, you should see the bar move with your speech. The audio output device is used for text-to-speech. The default device is the default set in Windows, but you might want to use an audio virtual cable to stream it into voice chats of games, Discord, or other programs.
This is a test.
As you might have noticed, the test audio does not play if I set it to the audio virtual cable, because I currently have not set up any audio routing. For this, you can use tools like Voicemeeter, set it as listen device in Windows or other ways. For more details, please check the README in the GitHub repository, since this would go beyond this video. You should keep VAD, voice activity detection, enabled, as this supports the most features for speech detection like Realtime or push-to-talk. You can focus the push-to-talk field and press keys on your keyboard to set a single key or key combinations to trigger push-to-talk while holding the configured keys. If you want to use only push-to-talk and not trigger the recording automatically when it detects speech, you can set speech volume level and speech pause detection to 0. But I will keep it to automatically detect when I am speaking for this video. To record automatically when I speak, I have to set speech volume level, so it only starts recording when the volume reaches a certain value. To help with this, you can use the auto detect button. While this runs, you should not speak, but otherwise let it record common noise that happens while using the application, like breathing or moving. This sets it to the detected background noise level. I like to increase it a little bit more so it is even less likely to trigger by accident. Just don't set it too high. Now to the speech-to-text, translation, and text-to-speech AI configuration. For each AI, you can have it run on your CPU, which is slower, or run it on your GPU by setting it to CUDA. You can see the estimated RAM usage in the lower right of the window. The AI model size defines the accuracy. For larger model sizes, more RAM is used and it will be slower. I recommend the speech-to-text medium model for good speed and accuracy. You can also change the precision. Lower precision reduces the accuracy a little bit but reduces the RAM usage. The same is true for the text translation AI model. But here, the medium or even small model are already very good for most translation tasks. Text translation is also quite fast on CPU. But if you want to use real-time mode while text translating, you should set it to CUDA as well. The integrated text-to-speech only has a single size and is also very fast on CPU. For very tight graphics card RAM configurations, you can already run everything on around 1 GB of video RAM, when setting everything except speech-to-text to use your CPU, while keeping the speech-to-text model size on medium, and setting it to int8 float 16 mixed precision. Now we can save and load the profile. When starting, it will download all AI models according to your configured size and precision. There we go. Now this is time for another cup of milk while waiting for the downloads to finish. Finally, now we can use it to have our speech converted into text, have it translated, and spoken back the translation. Hello, this is a test. Now I want it to translate the text automatically into French. I will show later where to change the target language. Hello, this is a test. Especially the first couple times, it can take a bit longer as the AI models have to be cached, and possibly the language detection model loaded if set to auto. In the lower left, you can enable options that should happen automatically when speech was detected and converted into text, like I already did for the translation. In the Text Translation tab, you can configure the source and target language you want your text to be translated into, like it is currently set to French. Here you can also just translate text without the need to speak it into your microphone. Just like in the Speech-to-Text tab, you can enable options that happen automatically, but here when pressing the Translate and Send button, or use the Ctrl+Enter keyboard shortcut. I will spare you the text-to-speech result as I haven't set it to French yet, and the pronunciation is completely wrong. To correct this, go to the Text-to-Speech tab and set the TTS model for the specific language. The available voices should be loaded after a short time. Select a voice you want to use. You can always test it by having a text in the text field and pressing the Test the Voice button. It will be played on your default Windows audio device and not the one configured in the profile at the start of the video, unless you set it to default there as well. Then both buttons here will basically do the same. Now let us try what we configured.
Bonjour, je suis un tir.
Well, it seems the language detection was a little bit off, but the translation still seems okay. As already said, you can help it by setting the source language to the language your source text is actually written in. Lastly, there is the OCR tab, which stands for Optical Character Recognition. This can detect text in applications and games and translate it directly into a language you can read. It helped me already in translating text inside VRChat worlds. In VR, it helps to use the VRChat streaming camera and point it at the text wall you want to translate. Let us have a look at plugins for Whispering Tiger, as this allows even more features to be added. For this, go to the link you find in the Advanced and Plugins tab. The link can also be found in the README of the GitHub repository. You can see that there are already a lot of plugins for you to choose. For this example, we will get the VoiceVox plugin, which is a text-to-speech for Japanese. Just click on the link of the plugin and download the zip file from GitHub. Extract the zip file. And move the PY file to the plugins folder where the Whispering Tiger application is located. Now restart the application. As you can see, the settings of the profile are still there, so just save and load it again. Go to Advanced and Plugins again, and you should see the plugin in the list. Enable the plugin. When you go to Log, you can see that it started downloading the requirements for the plugin. You can change the voice speaker in the plugin settings. In this case, you can find a list of available speakers under the link in the plugin settings. Since this is a Japanese text-to-speech, let us configure Whispering Tiger to translate to Japanese. This didn't work because the plugin didn't yet disable the integrated text-to-speech when loading. To quickly fix this, you can just restart it again, or like I do, go to Advanced and Log and restart the backend. Now this should work.
こんにちは、私はトラです。
The model and voice options in the Text-to-Speech tab are not used for text-to-speech plugins. When a text-to-speech plugin is enabled, it disables the integrated text-to-speech automatically. Hello, I am a tiger.
こんにちは、私はトラです。
Now I want the translated text to also appear in VRChat, so I enable the automatic OSC VRChat option and keep the other options enabled as well. In VRChat or other games or applications, to have it play the text-to-speech in the voice chat, you have to configure the previously set audio virtual cable inside the games or applications, or use it as the default microphone device in Windows if the application has no microphone configuration. As you saw or heard, it converted what I said to text, translated it to Japanese, and spoke it using the VoiceVox text-to-speech plugin, all running locally on the PC.